The satellite man has been hitting me in the teeth on the chicken fritters, and I just ate a chicken fritter, and they're hitting me in the teeth, and they're hitting me on the left. They're hitting me in the nose, right here. The satellite man is. All you political people that's been in office for the past 20 plus years, you're going to have to make a statement, whether you know which people are doing this or whether you don't. And why wouldn't you know who the people are that are doing this? Role protocol of my identity is in the media. It's on television, even when politicians are campaigning for their political administrations. The role protocol of my identity is on TV. Every time a president is on TV, every time a governor or mayor or police chief or police report that they do in the media, everything. When there's something on American television and certain international television broadcasts, the role protocol of my identity is on TV 24 hours a day. So government people trying to defraud me or government people trying to hurt me must get prosecuted. Or any other corrupt or person besides corrupt politicians. Like if there's corrupt politicians and corrupt businessmen that are trying to defraud me, they must go to court and they must get prosecuted and sued. Anybody physically assaulting me, they are clear and present danger. Anybody harassing me or trying to strand me out in the middle of nowhere or trying to make me have to walk or trying to make me have to struggle financially or physically, they must get prosecuted for attempts of murder. Reference to these people zapping my e-bike or them breaking down my vehicle. My vehicle's been broken down for over, almost a month now? I've changed the alternator on it 3 or 4 times. I'm taking the one off there tomorrow probably. Had to put a starter on there twice. Look how many vehicles they have broken down of mine. Never have they ever paid me any money. And they did all this shit. And in reference to the car accident on Sunset Boulevard, somebody tried to communicate that the accident was a lot worse than... it was a bad accident. I had injuries from it, but... some people was wondering, they thought they might have done a reenactment. Like somebody was trying to communicate, they thought I had went through the windshield of the car. I was wearing my seatbelt when I was a passenger in the car, but, somebody tried to communicate something like some dirty government people was trying to cover it up, trying to make the accident look like it wasn't very bad, when the front of the hood of the vehicle is all smashed up. But somebody was trying to communicate they thought I'd went through the windshield on Sunset Boulevard, but I was wearing my seatbelt anyways. But, in reference to the circumstances of the situation in the Mazda MX-6, like some people said that they thought I died in that car accident on Sunset Boulevard and I had to be revived. We need to see that information. And the insurance company or the satellite controllers that have been burning me must get prosecuted. Man, I'm not your fucking pawn. I'm not your puppet. I'm not your toy. My mother had restraining orders on you people. My mother even had to sue people in the military, and the military lost against my mother when my mother had beat them in court. My father had to sue people in government. My mother even had to arrest court judges before. And those court judges got arrested and they went to jail for their crimes and their defrauding of the laws in America. This situation is very serious. If the postal man is stealing from me, people need to prosecute the postal man too. I haven't received any checks or monies. If they're rerouting the postal mail, trying to make diversions or trying to make their tricks, people need to get prosecuted. I have a life to live. I've been through hell. I've been injured before. I've had a lot of injuries from dirty government. The government has to pay me all the fucking monies, all the lawsuits from the past too, and the insurance monies. It's attempted murder every day. They just hit me in the throat and they're still hitting me in the teeth. Every time they hit me, it's a multi-trillion-dollar lawsuit. You gotta, good politicians have to do something to stop these people. But, look how many times these people have shot at me. They were trying to steal my penis. My penis is my birthrights. My teeth are my birthrights. My anatomy is my birthrights. They need to find a class and information and education and DNA and fingerprints of all these people. Even dirty medical people need to get prosecuted. So in reference to the car accident on Sunset Boulevard, people need to look up the information and see if some dirty government people was trying to cover it up. And somebody said that, you know, some of these people that had shot at me, you know, I'm the owner of my mother and father's companies. Nobody has no claims. I'm the only child of my mother and father. And people depriving me of my rights and people trying to steal my identity must get prosecuted. This is total bullshit. And the procedures of law are not being followed. There's even, the treasury was supposed to order it to go public in reference to who I am and who my parents are. We need to see the request information or the demand information from the treasury to see how many times they demanded the media to go public with the information of what media companies I own and businesses and properties in America, basically in reference to who my parents are, you know, and that I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates. You know, there's been other broadcasts in the media about other people's estates, but these people are trying to block me from my mother and father's estates and companies. So they need to do a review on that history too, about other people talking about estates and why these people are trying to skip over the information of who I am and my parents. So we need those records of all the other people that they did news reports on in reference to estates, but then these people was trying to cover up who I am and my mother and father's estates. And I'm the only owner of my mother and father's estates, so these people need to get prosecuted, or, you know, they need to obviously analyze which people are blocking the information from going public in reference to who I am and who my parents are. They did other stories on other people's lives and other people's inheritances or family history. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates, and these people have been covering it up all these years.